Bad Boy Production is proud to present. Bad Boy Production is proud to present.
Hey people, let's talk about it. I tried to give it some time, but I'm just going to put it out there. Everybody's still talking about it. The slap heard around the world. Was Will right? Chris Rock is a comedian. You know, I see both sides of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some facts in so people understand the gist of it. Okay.
Exactly 1 week after Oscars host Chris Rock called out Jada Pinkett Smith for boycotting the show during his opening monologue, the actress responded to the comedian's joke, seemingly taking it all in stride.
Hey, look, that comes with the territory, but we gotta keep it moving. There's a lot of stuff we gotta handle, a lot of stuff going on in our world right now.
A whole lot.
We gotta keep it moving.
Begging for acknowledgement or even asking diminishes dignity and diminishes power. And we are a dignified people, and we are powerful, and let's not forget it. Today is Martin Luther King's birthday, and I can't help but ask the question, is it time that people of color recognize how much power, influence that we have amassed?
E.T. caught up with actress Angela Bassett last week, and she offered her 2 cents on Chris Rock's performance.
I think he did a magnificent job. Yeah, tough position, a tough call, but he was very strong. But, you know, it's strong words that we need to make some kind of change.
He wasn't even afraid to call Jada Pinkett Smith out. Were you surprised by that?
Well, Jada was the spark. You know, she was the spark that got the dialogue going. So.
Jada Pinkett Smith isn't letting hair loss rain on her parade. The 50-year-old took to Instagram to give her millions of fans a candid look at how she's embracing her bare scalp after being diagnosed with alopecia.
Now, y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia, and just all of a sudden one day, look at this line right here. Look at that. Look at that. And so it just showed up like that. Now this is gonna be a little bit more difficult for me to hide. So I thought I'd just share it so y'all not asking any questions.
The Red Table Talk host, who first announced her diagnosis of the autoimmune disorder back in 2018, noted that she might add some bling to elevate her hair game.
You know, Mama's gonna put some rhinestones in there, and I'm just gonna make me a little crown. That's what Mama's gonna do.
She also added a positive spin to the caption of her post, writing, quote, "Mama's gonna have to take it down to the scalp so nobody thinks she got brain surgery or something. Me and this alopecia are going to be friends. Period."
But this isn't the first time that Rock has teased Will and his wife, and now this intense moment has people looking back at what may be quite a strained relationship. King Richard star Will Smith and Grown Ups actor Chris Rock have reportedly known each other for more than 2 decades. Their relationship goes all the way back to 1995, when the two acted alongside each other in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Additionally, Will's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, also has a past with the comedian. Jada and Rock starred together in 3 Madagascar movies. The trio's alleged feud first hit the spotlight at the 2016 Oscars when Rock decided to make digs at Jada for not attending due to lack of diversity among that year's nominees. With neither Will nor Jada present at the 2016 Academy Awards, Rock took a moment to poke fun at the celebrity couple. As he joked to the audience, "Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited." Rock went on to bash Will, who was snubbed that year for his role in Concussion, saying, "It's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West." Their relationship reportedly declined further in November 2018. When Will paid tribute to his ex-wife, Cherie Zampino, on her birthday, Rock decided to comment, "You have a very understanding wife." 4 years later, it seems matters have only gotten worse. It's also worth noting that Smith didn't apologize to Rock at the Oscars for the slap, but he did apologize to the comedian the next night on Instagram. However, when Smith won Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role for his part in King Richard, he used his acceptance speech to make some apologies. Smith told viewers he was sorry about the violent and unexpected incident, saying, "Love will make you do crazy things." He also cheekily added, "I'm hoping the Academy invites me back."
At my level, when I put something out in the world, people take it as the truth.
The actor was lucky he made it to his acceptance speech, though, as an industry source told People that Will was almost removed from the ceremony. It's not exactly clear where Smith's reputation with the Academy stands, but the global organization later denounced the onstage violence that took place during the broadcast.
Men, especially us as black men, we have to take a lot, like society holds us to some type of standard, like you're not supposed to be bothered by a lot of things. And then when things do happen, you got to take the higher road. You got to be the bigger person. You can't let certain things get to you, and you got to laugh certain shit off. Like, when is enough enough? You got to understand something, and I want you to see it from this perspective. Will Smith, this man doesn't even cuss in his raps. You understand? He doesn't even cuss in his raps, And for him to go, he's an A-lister, just like Chris Rock is an A-lister. And they are amongst the elite in Hollywood. So you got to think about something for 1 second, right? If this man is sitting there and this other man is talking about his wife amongst the higher ups, and, they just boycotted the Oscars not too long ago. And you know why they boycotted the Oscars? Because there wasn't enough black representation. Like, you got to do your facts on some things. So now the Oscars are back up and running, and we have all of these higher ups, blacks, whites, Latinos, so on and so forth. And everybody is sitting up there, all high and mighty. And then what do? You go, I get it, you're a comedian, but you take a jab at his wife, knowing that she has a medical condition in front of all of these people. It did not sit well. It just didn't.
Love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
People's source also noted, behind the scenes there were a lot of people and different voices weighing in on what had just happened and what was the best and quickest course of action. People were also checking that Chris Rock was okay. Although Rock has reportedly agreed not to press any charges against Smith, there hasn't been any public comment from the comedian. Rapper Diddy told the crowd moments after the heated incident, "Will and Chris, we're going to solve that like family." It seems as though Smith and Rock probably need to spend some time apart right now. It also seems unlikely that Rock will be making any jokes about the Smiths anytime soon.
Though the Fresh Prince apologized for his indiscretions, Jada Pinkett may have harbored other ideas. After all, this was not the first time the comedian was picking on her for no reason. What ideas was Jada harboring? Would she have had the guts to carry them out? The wife of Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, has been the subject of Chris Rock's roasting for years, and she had enough. Though Big Will seemed to have enjoyed her wife's roasting at first, a cursory glance from Jada prompted him to take action, an action that he will live to regret. At that moment, Will Smith may have felt his wife saying, "I should have slapped him for mocking my alopecia." So Big Will, after feeling his wife's rage from her searing glare, got up, walked gallantly up to the stage, and did exactly what his wife might have done had she gotten the chance. After the incident, viewers were quick to note that this wasn't the first time Jada had been the butt of Chris Rock's jokes. At the time, Jada seemed to be okay with Chris Rock's jokes about her. She shrugged it off as one of the things that came with the terrain, as she said in an interview, "Hey look, it comes with the territory. We gotta keep it moving. We got a lot of stuff we gotta handle, a lot of stuff going on in our world right now. We gotta keep it moving." During that same event, Chris Rock also mocked Will Smith's 1999 box office flop, Wild Wild West, by remarking, "It's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. You're right, it's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West." Though Will Smith did not comment on Rock's bullying at the time, it's not far-fetched to believe that he was hurt by Chris's mockery and wanted an opportunity to air his grievances, an opportunity that came at this year's Oscars. So when the comedian bullied Jada by referencing her alopecia, all hell broke loose. A glance at his wife's face empowered the Fresh Prince to smack the comedian right across the face. Will may have felt he was doing his wife a favor for all the bullying she had gone through at the hands of Chris Rock over the years. Maybe if she had the opportunity, she would have slapped the entertainer for all the years of mockery. However, many were the fans and celebrities who were disappointed at the actions of the Men in Black actor. British prolific author Bernadine Evaristo shared her opinion on Twitter. "What a thing to wake up to! Only the fifth black man in nearly 100 years to win an Oscar for male lead, and the first in 16 years resorts to violence instead of utilizing the power of words to slay Chris Rock. Then he claims God and love made him do it." Reacting to the unscripted drama at the 2022 Oscars, some fans believe that Will's actions on the night might have disempowered Jada. They felt that she could have dealt the blow herself if she wanted to, and did not need her husband to do it for her. One fan wrote on Reddit, "If Jada Pinkett Smith thought that Chris Rock deserved to be slapped for what he said about her, she is more than capable of doing it herself." Will Smith's smack and "keep my wife's name out of your mouth" moment didn't land as gallant to me. It came off as disempowering. Another also felt that an offensive gesture would have been enough. They commented, "Willie effectively removed her agency, her ability to make an informed decision for herself, and executively decided that she would choose violence. He represents her to an extent." A middle finger would have done the trick, I think. However, other users felt that Will Smith's behavior did not disempower Jada in any way. Countering the initial narrative, one fan wrote, "Will's reaction has nothing to do with her agency. He doesn't take anything away from her. Maybe she made the informed decision to feel her feelings and sit tight and let it go. Will made his own decision to go punch a MF, cause why not, I guess." Supporting the counter-narrative, one fan opined, "As others have commented, Will has a nearly decade-long history of quietly putting up with Jada very publicly disrespecting him on a global stage. So I think while you typically be right, this is the complete opposite power dynamic than you think." Then there were the fans who thought that both Jada and her husband should have let the joke slide as they did in 2016. According to them, Big Will's reactions shed more light on an event that would have been forgotten by now. A Reddit user commented, "Last night I learned that the Oscars were happening and that she has alopecia. 100% the joke would have been forgotten in minutes without his clownery." To which one fan replied, "Then that Will cheated on her a bunch and she cheated on him with her son's over 18 friend and or open marriage. They would have been far better off just laughing off the joke." However, one fan disagreed that the joke would have been forgotten. They replied, I think this isn't as true as people like to believe. Yes, the media might have forgotten about it because it wasn't a scandal, but the Smiths already know what happened. The Smiths have already had the issue thrown into the limelight, and anybody who listens to Jada knows she's been uncomfortable about her hair loss associated with it. They continued, the joke itself is the problem here, because Rock was punching down, knowing fully well the person you're punching down at is made uncomfortable by you punching down at them. Sure, the Smiths could have completely ignored it. I think Jada even wanted that moment to end right there and then. Though I can't say for sure, but how it was handled was definitely not the way to go about it. But to say that the joke would be forgotten ignores how many people would actually understand the joke. And more importantly, ignores just how shitty the joke was. I mean, really, if she had cancer, everyone would have been up in arms knowing about her hair loss and how shit of a joke it was. They concluded it was already about her illness the moment the joke got uttered on national television. Will could not make the moment any more about her illness. It was already put on display for all to see. After the altercation, Will Smith apologized for his indiscretion, but seemed to defend his action by saying, Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. Love will make you do crazy things, implying that he did what he did for the love of his wife. However, some fans felt that the King Richard actor should have divorced his wife long ago to avoid the embarrassment. They wrote, I wouldn't call that an open relationship. I call that a man who loves his wife more than he respects himself. If you actually watch the interview they did, it becomes very clear that ain't an equal commitment open relationships. It's a lost man desperately trying to hold on to a wife who doesn't care about him. Replying to the comment, another fan opined, Will needs to do the only self-respecting thing and call it off. Him hanging on is destroying his character, making him bitter and ultimately only hurting himself. That women don't want him, and it only releases more poison into an already toxic relationship. Jada Pinkett Smith reacted to the whole brouhaha by posting a cryptic message on Instagram which read, This is a season for healing and I'm here for it. From the post, it's unclear whether she supports her husband's actions and would have done the same or worse if she was in his shoes. However, her husband has come out to apologize to Chris Rock by posting on Instagram, Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. He apologized. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness.
So what does one do after getting slapped during the Academy Awards? Well, if you're Chris, you don't let it ruin your night. A source tells ET he went to a high-profile bash thrown by talent agent Guy Oseary.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Despite his televised assault, which was broadcast in over 200 countries, Chris appeared unfazed and was having a good time at the party. The source says he didn't want to let the incident with Will ruin his night out with friends. Chris was still in shock by the whole incident and didn't want it to become a whole thing at the party, so he didn't talk too much about it. The source added, honestly, Chris seemed to really be having fun and not letting it get to him. In wake of the shocking moment, many celebs voiced their support for Chris. Meanwhile, seemingly just as many reactions sided with the newly minted Oscar winner.
I seen a man stand up for his wife, which we don't see that much anymore. They put her face up on the screen. Looked over at his wife, she was hurt.
The slap, then the fallout. Now Will Smith is getting a jump on the Academy by resigning.
Will Smith's team, by saying, we're resigning, they took away what was the easiest piece of punishment that the Academy had in its arsenal.
The resignation means Smith can no longer vote for Academy Award nominations, a first repercussion with more to come, according to The Hollywood Reporter's chief TV critic Daniel Feinberg.